Welcome to the Royal Road School of Carmelite Prayer. Teresa of Avila, in her classic manual of prayer, The Way of Perfection, dedicates chapters 4 through 15 to the foundational virtues of prayer, in other words, charity, detachment, and humility. We now turn our attention to Teresa's second study on humility, and this time she will be talking to us about arriving at true wisdom. In this house, or in the case of anyone seeking perfection, you should run from expressions such as, "I was right. The one who did this to me was wrong." This is a poor way of reasoning. I don't know why a nun who doesn't want to carry the cross is in this monastery. Let her return to the world, and even there they will not respect such reasoning. Let us reason like this when some honor is paid, or we receive comfort or good treatment, for it isn't right that we be so treated in this life. Either we are brides of so great a king, or we are not. What honorable woman doesn't share in the dishonor of her spouse? To enjoy a part of his kingdom and want no part of his dishonors and trials is pure nonsense. The nun who considers herself least of all should consider herself to be the most blessed. If she bears dishonor, as it must be borne, she will not be without honor in this life or in the next. Let us imitate his humility in some way. But however much we might humble ourselves, seldom is there anyone who hasn't done something by which he has merited hell. Let us, my daughters, imitate in some way the great humility of the Blessed Virgin, whose habit we wear. But however much we seem to humble ourselves, we fall far short of being the daughters of such a mother and the brides of such a spouse. If you don't put a stop to the things mentioned, they could lead to venial sin and might suffer its ill effects. It is something very bad for religious communities. We who live in community should be very careful not to harm those who work to do good for us. If we could understand the great harm done when a bad custom is begun, we would rather die than be the cause of it. The loss of souls is a great loss, and others follow after. All perhaps are hurt more from bad custom than from many virtues. What a great act of charity a nun would perform in recognizing that she is unable to practice the customs in this house and leave to avoid a hell here on earth. The style of life that we aim to follow is not just that of nuns, but of hermits. Yes, hermits. And thus you detach yourself from every creature. The Lord gives this favor of detachment in a special way for the one he has chosen for this life. Though the detachment may not be perfect, it is apparent that she is advancing by the great contentment and happiness she finds in not having to deal with the world, and how she relishes all aspects of religious life. Again, if she is inclined to worldly things and is not making progress here, then she should leave. This house is a heaven. Here, we have a very happy life if one seeks only to please God and pays no attention to her own satisfaction. All will be lost if a nun seeks more than pleasing God, because it cannot be had. The discontented nun will be better saved elsewhere. It takes time to become totally detached interiorly, but exteriorly, it must be done at once. And please notice and hear me. If progress is not made in a year, it will not be made in many. Amen. So here Teresa has been speaking to us about detaching from the world's customs, and about honor. When she uses the word honor, she's talking about reputation. And she is striving to help us grasp how to attain true wisdom. I hope these little studies are blessing you, and until we meet again, may you be blessed, you and yours. Amen.